All right, so had to come home from work today, sick, threw up at work, fun stuff, not feeling awesome at all, but um, wanted to post on here. So one thing that people wonder and have asked me about is like why I am doing this, like this mental health um, YouTube channel. I do things on Facebook kind of the same way. Um, and the reason is because mental health has been, um, in the past, it's not so much anymore. Like I still get triggers and stuff, but I'm able to work through it really quickly now and then go on to the next thing. But you can kind of see it in my eyes. Tell I'm not feeling good. Uh, but yeah, anyway, so in working through all of those things, like I had to really figure out a system that worked for me that I could tackle the things that were coming up. And I think, at least for me, and I think this is probably true for a lot of people that struggle with mental health, and that's kind of I don't even look at it that way anymore, because I think everyone struggles with things, but some some of us were better equipped for whatever reason. Um, like we have a tendencies toward certain things, and some of us don't. Some people don't have struggles in those ways, uh, possibly because of the way they compartmentalize things, or their temperament, or their upbringing, their childhoods, trauma they went through. All of all of them, all of those things are factors. So some people struggle with it a lot. Uh, I was one that did struggle with it a lot, um, and all of those factors were uh, contributed. So, and until I really had a chance to work on it and figure out, why. Like for me, I had to figure out why. I had to figure out what happened. I had to figure out why I was having those challenges. And then once I understood that, then I was better able to um, fight against it. I think most people at some point in their life goes through something really tough, whether that's like a major depression or, um, something really rocks their world. They lose a loved one that they care about, whatever it is. And you have to find a way to work through it, right? Some of us, it started very, very early. Uh, I think the first time I remember being like depressed was probably in my late teens. Um, and I know why it happened, and I'm not going to talk about that right now. But that was like the first time I think that I recognized that I was struggling. And then various times in my life, whatever. But anyway, um, I had to figure out a method, if you will. So all this channel is me communicating essentially some of the things that I found that helped me. And like, so this is this is my personal experience with it. I can't say or guarantee that it will work for anyone else. I know that most of the methods that I have used could help anybody. Like, I know that. Because they're just basically things that can improve your life in general, as far as like how to adopt like a gratitude schedule, or how to focus on the positive, things like that. They'll help anybody feel better, no matter where you are, what you do. Some people are really good at that already. So someone who, I'll say this, like, we'll just take one thing. Let's take one thing. Let's take gratitude. Someone who focuses on gratitude, like that is a normal part of their life, they are probably not going to struggle with depression. I'll just say that. If you are really good at being thankful for everything in your life, like, having a car that is worth $3,000, but it runs and sometimes it breaks down and you're thankful for it anyway. Having a job and being able to pay their bills most of the time. And you know what I'm saying? Like, someone who is grateful for everything in their life, and even being grateful for the hard things that happen in their life, they are probably not going to struggle with depression. Like, they're just probably not going to, because they are looking at everything as, glass half full, not glass half empty. So they're choosing to look at the good. They're probably not going to struggle with depression much. Like, things may come up and they may have challenges. They may have hard days. Their car might break down. They might have a bad day. They might have a bad week or a bad month. But a person that does that, so that's one example. They're probably not going to get stuck and stay in depression. They're just not, because it's the way they look at life. And that's not to shame someone who does struggle with depression, because there are good reasons for that. Childhood trauma, traumatic events that happen in life, people that have gone to war and seen awful things, people that have had difficult childhoods, people that have gone through divorce, rocky marriages, etc. Like, so and some people have gone through all of those things, right? They've gone through all of it. So they have a much higher percentage of struggling with depression than someone who's not gone through those things. But irrespective of that, we can all learn how to employ strategies, or develop strategies even, to better cope with life. So that's all this is. And that's why I'm doing it. And I'm doing it because I know the difference it's made in my life. Not that I'm perfect and not that I have it all figured out. I do not. And yes, I still have days. I still have times that are tough. So, yeah. But the goal is hopefully something I've learned I can pass on that will help someone else. And this is a real world situation. I'm not a doctor, and so you're not listening to a doctor who grew up in, a great home and had a great childhood and went to college, whose parents paid for their education and now they're a doctor and you're sitting there listening to them. And it's like, well, what do they know? It's like they know a bunch of stuff that they learn in a textbook. I mean, and they know case studies, right? Like that, yeah, okay, they might have a lot of knowledge, maybe, but have they lived through it? I don't know. You know what I mean? And even if they had lived through it, like they probably wouldn't share their own personal experience. So this is just me being real and me being transparent and letting others like see into my mind and how I've made it work. And hopefully that helps someone else. That's it. That's all this is. So that is a 10-minute, almost 11-minute explanation of what I'm doing. Hope it helps.